Deportation, execution, torture, penal servitude, rebellions. Escaping, digging tunnel, hostage-taking, wars for 150 to 200 people that have been experienced in recent periods. When mention is made of prison in Ankara, Ulucanlar came to mind. Its name sometimes becomes jail, sometimes coop, becomes cell or dungeon sometimes. Whatever its name is, in the end, wire mesh, walls, guardrail, broken window, Cold War, and sorrowful yard remained in mind. Since 1925, the reality of prison in the capital city has been remembered with grief, pain, tears, and injustice. Not only in Ankara, but also in the other cities in the country, the reality of prisons like this throughout a long 20th century. For nearly a century, everything changes, but the least change occurs in prisons, until recently. The divestment in which the first course is taken, the broken windows which made Yılmaz Güney write scenarios, the irons that made Ahmet Arif wear out shackles, the dungeon which made Necip Fazıl write letters to his son Mehmet, bed, iron, ward, guardian. In short, the prisons in which everything exists to make life harder, in the end brought into line of 21st century contemporary criminal enforcement concept. All over the world, prisons have been one of the most disputed state buildings, and at the same time one of the most important structures to determine the culture of law in a state. Penitentiary institutions have been accomplished. Today, the aim of penitentiary is to achieve the move from consumer, useless, lazy, rebellious, and sullen prisoner type to the type of productive, peaceful with themselves and society, learning from mistakes, obeying the rules and feeling useful in social environment. As a member of the contemporary world, we see our prisons as places converted towards this target. One of the most important examples of this is undoubtedly the campus of Ankara Sincan penitentiary institutions. In the campus of Ankara penitentiary institutions, 2 F-type high security closed, 2 L-type closed, 1 woman closed, 1 juvenile and youth closed, 1 child education house, 1 open penitentiary institution. There are totally 8 penitentiary institutions. In the campus, there are common, such as campus state, hospital, kitchen, gendarmerie, heat center, water distribution, and water treatment center, outdoor parking, visitor reception, court hall, and public housing, and the campus has been built on 2,500,000 square meters area. In the whole campus, there is an open penitentiary institution with a capacity of 525 to see the services of feeding, heating, transportation, and landscaping, and to operate the common complexes. In the campus, there is a secured hospital equipped with all medical necessaries in which a doctor, a dentist, and other medical staff serve for 24 hours. In the hospital, 15 different branches of polyclinic services given, and there is a sick convict ward with the capacity of 16 beds. Another modernity in the campus is the law court, in which there are 2 court halls, rooms of judge and attorney general, paperwork office, and other sections related. Here the cases determined by the courts are handled in proper conditions, though they are to be performed with many suspects with a high risk of security. In this building, without the need for transfers among provinces, live cases have been done with audio-video information system. All the units on the campus are heated with natural gas provided by the central heating system. This center, which was designed with the latest technology, is one of the model formations in our country due to its location. From the Department of Kitchen, which was equipped with the latest technology to serve food for 10,000 people at the same time, food is served to all parts of the campus with food distribution vehicles. The bakery, where hygienic conditions are highly observed and the products are made without any touch of hand, meet the needs of pastry and bread of campus. Owing to a highly modern laundry, the clothes, such as the bed linen, pillowcase, and blankets of the convicted and untried prisoners, overalls and smocks of the staff of the institutions, the covers of dining tables are washed, dried, and ironed. In the campus, there are 2 water stores of 5,000 cubic meters for each to meet the need for the fresh and using water of the campus. Besides, in the campus, there is a wastewater treatment complex. The treated water is used for watering the green spaces. The open auto park is designed with a capacity of 1,500 cars. To the campus, the entry is up to the way from the area of visitor reception, like the waiting halls in airports. In the area of visitor reception, there are restaurants and fast food shops, post office, banks, Seegstads, where products are produced in prisons are sold to serve the visitors. All the visitors coming up to the campus are primarily taken to this place and then to the visitor reception areas of the prison they would visit with the cars of the institutions. After the visit, they are taken back to the main reception area with the cars of the institutions. The buildings of gendarmerie battalions, which are responsible for the outer protection of the penitentiary institutions, take place in the campus. The areas have been designed for the staff who are working heavily to increase the motivation and spirit of them. Besides 340 staff houses, there are mosque, nursery, tailor, hairdressers, cafe, picnic sport areas, and shopping center on the campus. Ankara, number 1 F-type high-security closed penitentiary institution, was opened to serve in 2000 and number 2 F-type in 2003. In these institutions, which were constructed and equipped with high security, in order to keep the dangerous criminals, the security is highly observed. F-type high-security closed penitentiary institutions have the standards of United Nations and European Prisons Council. Convicted and untried prisoners are accommodated in different rooms for 1 or 3 persons. The rooms for 1 person is in 12 square meters, and 2 or 3 rooms use the same gardens for air. These wardens vary in size between 42 and 50 square meters. The rooms for 3 persons are planned in duplex, each floor of which is in 25 square meters, totally 50 square meters. The gardens for air of these rooms are designed in 50 square meters. The windows of the blocks and rooms have been made larger than the standard sizes to provide enough illumination. In all the rooms, there are toilet, bathroom, kitchen and refrigerator, TV and radio, which provide central broadcasting system and central hot water system. With satellite transmission and central broadcasting system, social cultural programs are provided and there are 24 TV channels broadcasted. Besides this, there is music broadcasting from CD and 2 option radios in rooms and other units. Ankara number 1 and 2 L-type closed penitentiary institutions were opened to serve in 2006. The prisoners stay in individual rooms and the units of 7 rooms in each of which 4 persons stay. In the individual rooms there are toilet, bathroom, kitchen and refrigerator, TV and radio, which provide central broadcasting system and central hot water system. The individual rooms use the common gardens for air. In the common life unit of 7 rooms there are 2 toilets, 2 bathrooms, kitchen and refrigerator, TV and radio, which provide central broadcasting system and central hot water system. Ankara Women Closed Penitentiary Institution. The institution, that is established in 3 special architectural blocks, is consisted of separate blocks and rooms, in one of which is for high security and mid-security convicted and untried prisoners. Another block is for the convicted and untried prisoners from terror crimes, and the other block is for the convicted of lifelong sentence. In the block for convicted and untried prisoners, in every unit there are 12 rooms, 6 of which is individual, and 6 rooms for 2. In the high security section, in every unit, there are 3 rooms for 1 and 2. In every unit for the convicted of lifelong sentence, there are 7 individual rooms. In all the rooms, there are toilet, bathroom, TV and radio, which provide central broadcasting system and central hot water system. Child and Juvenile Closed Penitentiary Institution. This institution, in which the children transported from child prisons or child education houses due to discipline or other reasons, and the young prisoners who are below 21 but are over 18 when the execution begins, stay. In the Child and Juvenile Closed Penitentiary Institution, in every unit, there are 9 rooms for 1. In every unit, there is an enforcement and protection officer who serves as a group leader. Entry and exit to the rooms are done in the control of these officers. The size of the individual rooms are 12 square meters. In the common life areas, there are TV broadcasting and central radio receiver. Except for the individual areas, the institution is watched by closed-circuit television system through cameras, and for this reason, there is a central control room. The aim of child education houses is educate the child convicted prisoners, make them acquire vocation and rehabilitate them for society. Inside or outside the institute, children who continue any education and training program and complete the age of 18 can be allowed to stay in child education houses until they reach the age of 21 with regard to complete their education. While serving in the old building in Kechoren, the institute is designed with an architectural project in accordance with the terms of the day and moved the new building in campus in 2012. This architectural project is composed of 4 separate blocks consisting of 1 block of girls and 3 blocks of boys. There are 2 parts in every block. In every part there are 18 rooms. In the rooms there are bathroom and toilet with hot water system. And the campus security precautions are at the highest level, and there is a central control unit equipped with camera systems to provide a perfect daily circulation. Among the highest technology devices for maximum security, there are hand biometer equipments based on the system of 3-dimension hand recognition to allow staff and visitors to pass in the F-type high-security closed penitentiary institutions, and in the other closed penitentiary institutions, there are retina eye reading devices. There are X-ray equipments which detect, record the items such as metal, drug, and other stuff that laws do not allow into the institutions, and there are also high-sensitive doors. The doors used in passing between the blocks work with the electromagnetic system, and one doesn't open until the other is closed. There are sensors sensitive to smoke in the common areas. All the security systems could be controlled by the central control unit. In the entrances, there are search cabins for men and women. Inside the institution, closed and open visitation areas and special rooms for meeting the lawyers. In the campus, in every institution, there is a library. In those libraries, there are many books on the service of convicted and untried prisoners, whom I try to give book reading habit. In the institutions where psychosocial services are very active, there are modern classes for education. First-degree literacy courses given to the ones who do not know how to read and write, and second-degree courses given to the literate ones from the teachers of the institution. Also, prisoners have the opportunity to attend the open primary secondary school, open high school, and open faculty. The convicted prisoners staying in the open penitentiary institutions and child education houses are provided the opportunity to pursue their formal education. Among sociocultural activities, theatre, solo and choral music courses, English, Balgama and folklore courses are also popular. There are many workshops founded for the prisoners in order to rehabilitate them for society and to make them use their pastime for acquiring a vocation after release from prison in accordance with society. Some of them are furniture, textile, artificial handicraft flower, silver, tile making, oil painting, designing, jewelry workshops. In the penitentiary institution, psychosocial services actively serve for the convicted prisoners regarding that the essential aim of the execution is to encourage resocialization and to ease the prisoner's adaptation to a productive and responsible life. Prisoners are always observed by specialists such as psychologists and social workers. In the campus, every institution has its own infirmary unit. Convicted and untried prisoners are treated by family doctors, while the medicines of some prisoners who should have such treatment are prepared and serviced. For advanced treatment, they are sent to primarily campus hospital and other hospitals. Inside every 8 penitentiary institutions, there are canteens, barbers and tailors to meet the daily needs of prisoners. In all the institutions, there are open and closed sport areas, which are designed specially. Prisoners can attend the attractive sport facilities such as volleyball, basketball, football, table tennis, badminton. In order to ensure convicted and untried prisoners productive, peaceful with themselves and society, cultural, educational and vocational facilities are as important as sports. As a result of this approach, in every penitentiary institution, many events, courses and seminars are organized. Finally, prisons are the places made of wood, stone, iron. The cruelty and injustice that people are subjected to in the prisons are not the torture of wood, stone, iron, but the torture of people who build and run those prisons. And again, it's the people's choice to remove the prisons from being the places of torture, cruelty and injustice, and make modern penitentiary institutions and modern child education houses. The example of campus of Ankara Penitentiary Institution in Sincan. And the last sentence. This point we have reached, this innovation and improvement are never where we will stop. As a result of this determination, innovation and reconstruction will continue, and our prisons will continue to improve appropriate to modern and contemporary society requirements.